the dream of the Renaissance of humanity coming together and standing for justice, what Martin Luther King said, judging people not about what color they are or what sex they are, but what they build, what they stand for, what their integrity is. We all know that. I don't care what color you are. You're cooking good food, I'm going to your restaurant. I don't care what color you are. You singing beautiful music or playing beautiful music, I love you. I don't care what color you are. You're a beautiful person, I love you. But instead, they teach us it's not about who we are. It's about what color we are, which is the same thing the Nazis taught. You see the total abandonment by the left and by the liberals, supposedly, of the promise of what America was shooting for, not that we ever reached it. Why has it been abandoned? Because the global corporations run slave camps in China and Africa and Latin America, and they know our weak spot is the fact we do care. So they show us how we're bad and magnify it and twist it so they can run away with the whole planet's future. That's my view. But Larry Pinkney's been come on many times in the last 15 years, done an amazing job, author, researcher, one of the founding members of the Black Panther Party, been a political prisoner, dealt with COINTELPRO, but he transcended all that and forgave the system. But he's fighting to I guess, build a new system for everybody. He's written Saying No to Power, autobiography of 20th century activist and thinker, and, of course, blackactivistwg.org. And I'm not going to go over his whole bio. Veteran of the Black Panther Party, former Minister of the Interior Republic of New Africa, former political prisoner of only American to have successfully authored his Civil Political Rights of the United Nations under the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights in connection with his political organizing activities in opposition to voter suppression. Pinkney was interviewed again, internationally televised PBS NewsHour. He's been on everything. He's here with us now. Larry, don't pause for me because you've been on fire with what's happening and what we're witnessing, and now they're pulling down Lincoln statues and anti-slaver statues, and now the left's announcing, we've got the article, they want Jesus Christ statues taken down. We've got a new Jussie Smollett out here with Bubba Wallace in the news. I mean, what in the hell is going on from your expert perspective?
What's going on is a concerted effort to destroy the republic. Let me be clear about that. They want to destroy the republic. This is not about, and first of all, let me extend my greetings and love and strength to you, Brother Alex, and to InfoWars, and to all patriots of this republic. Now, let me get back to what I was saying. The fact is that the objective, their goal, what their goal is to cause as much chaos, division, and disunity as possible. That's what they thrive on. That is precisely what they grow and thrive on. And we, black, white, brown, red, yellow, we citizens of this republic must understand that. Do not be hoodwinked or bamboozled. All right? It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what is going on. We are united. We will continue to be united, and we are growing. We are growing daily. So I don't mean to go on, but to me, from my subjective perspective, that is what is happening.
I totally agree with you. They admit that's what they're doing. How do you think we counter this? Because it's just getting more intense every day, more insane.
Well, the more intense that it becomes, actually, is what we have to do, as some scientists say. We have to take the nastiness and reverse it. And I don't mean we have to be nasty in return. We simply need to push for the boomerang effect. And what do I mean by the boomerang effect? What I mean is that we have the capability, and by we, I mean all patriots, black, white, brown, red, yellow, citizens of this republic. We have got to hold on tightly to one another. We have got to remember that we are not the quote-unquote minority. We are, in fact, the majority, all right? But we have got to inform one another, keep putting it out there. We've got to seize the narrative. Take the narrative. It's our narrative. It's our republic. It doesn't belong to these lunatics and thugs and liars. And let me give you the 3 Ps. The 3 Ps: parasitic political pimps, all right? Every time you think about the three Ps, think about the Democrats, the deep state, the globalists, the so-called mainstream media, okay? Clantifa, yes, Clantifa, because they use the tactics of the Klan, and the BLM. We can talk about that later, the BLM. I have another name for them, but we have got to seize the narrative and keep it. Turn that narrative on them. Show who the real racists and fascists are. They're not just racists. They're out and out, blatant fascists. And we have to understand that. And we must take heart, hold on to each other tightly, inform each other, encourage each other, and intensify, intensify, intensify.
I want to go over a few of the issues that are unfolding right now with Larry Pinkney, who's joining us right now, one of the founding members of the real Black Panther Party, not the modern Soros-funded one that's basically like they fund the Klan, they fund the other group too. Just like, and we'll play that clip coming up next segment, at least part of the clip with what, of course, one of the top experts on this many decades ago, G. Edward Griffin, talked about when he said the main thing we got to stop is the white supremacists counter-responding to this because that's their plan, what they're hoping for. But pro-BLM medical workers silent when black man asks if unborn black babies matter. We're talking half the black people are aborted, folks. And you bring this up to a leftist, they will not stand up for I don't care if it's a black baby or a white baby, but they particularly want those black babies. Here's what he had to say in this viral video.
Lives matter or just some black lives? The black lives killed by black men matter, right? Yes? The black babies killed in the abortions clinics matter, right? Thought so. The black officers killed by that bastard in Minnesota, that matters too, right? Okay. But the black babies that are killed in the abortion clinics don't matter, do they, medical people? Do their lives matter? Does the future of our black babies matter? Huh? What's up? What's up? Awful quiet now, aren't they? Uh-huh. It's okay if we kill them in the womb, right? But you have a problem when you don't seem to really have a problem when we kill them on the streets. Yes, well, we know they're the same issue. If we don't respect the lives of our unborn children enough to save them and fight for them, our lives mean nothing once we're born.
And again, that's everything right there. If you're a radio listener, you don't see it. There's probably 100 nurses and doctors. And as soon as he says, what about black babies? They shut up. That's training. That's cult training. Because they know all day in there they're sterilizing black women. They know all day in there that the target's black people. This isn't some social justice signaling by me. Folks, if they can do this to black people, they'll do it to everybody, and they are. It's evil, Larry.
It's more than evil. You know, the fact is that they talk about, you know, you've heard that expression, virtual signaling. Throw that out. Take the narrative back. How can they virtue signal when they have no virtue? All right?
Exactly.
The fact is, the fact is, my brother Alex, that it's all about controlling, dividing, manipulating, stirring up as much chaos as possible.
No, I agree, but how do they have 100 nurses and doctors so trained? What about black people? Yay! What about black people? Yay! What about black babies? I mean,
nothing.
They're trained.
Nothing. That's right. They're like trained chimpanzees. In fact, I give a chimpanzee more credit. The fact is that we need to not only wake up ourselves, and I know your audience is awake, but we need to push this. That's why I keep saying, take back the narrative.
Tell us how to do it, Larry Pinkney, on the other side, former political prisoner. And we've got exclusive info. Roger Stone's got out, too. That's coming up. He's about to go into prison for what he did. It's unbelievable. Infowars.com, newswars.com, blackactivistwg.org. Larry Pinkney. We'll be right back.
First of all, BLM is a fraud. It's a fake. It's disgusting, and it's extremely dangerous, right? BLM, what a name. Black Lives Matter. What about the 14 people that died last week on Father's Day in Chicago? Where's BLM? One of those 14 black people was a 3-year-old boy. Okay, where's BLM? They're nowhere. They're nowhere to be found because they don't really give a damn about black lives or any lives. They are parasitic political pimps. They're getting money, and they're funneling that money to whom? To the seditious, racist, Ku Klux Klan Democrats. And yes, I said Ku Klux Klan Democrats. That's why I call Antifa Klantifa, because that's really what they're about. So getting back to your original point, Alex, we need to understand that it's up to us.
By the way, I don't mean to interrupt, but you're absolutely right. The Democrats were not raising any money. Now they've raised $50 million off BLM, which they run, and Antifa wears masks just like the Klan, and they're funded by a Nazi collaborator. You can't make that up.
And that Nazi collaborator is none other than George Soros. People have been so dumbed down by this insidious, insipid media, and we can call it a media. I call it the propaganda arm of the Third Reich. In fact, it's so insidiously controlling and manipulative that it would make the Third Reich propaganda arm green with envy.
It would run circles around Goebbels.
Yes, Goebbels would be envious, all right? So we know this, but let's concentrate on our power, because our power is us. It's you, me, all
That's
of our
right.
brothers.
How do we, exactly, let's focus on us. What do we do?
We have got to ensure, and I say this, I said it before, I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to try to explain it. When I say take back the narrative, I mean we have got to determine our own memes, our own words, our own phrases. Every time, you know, when I was a kid, right, in elementary school, they say, oh, your mama wears combat boots or something stupid, you know, and kids would do that with each other, right? So I would do like this. I don't know if you all can see my hand, but I would go like this, all right? And it meant right back at you, all right? And we need to understand that everything, and not only understand it, but we need to tell people that everything.
No, you're right. We don't take it. We got to respond back in our own original way every time. And we get stronger, They get weaker. We don't submit, we fight back.
That's right. And we fight back with truth, with facts, okay? These folks can't stand facts. They treat facts, okay? They treat facts like Dracula treats the cross. It's like, oh my God, no, don't give me facts. All right, give me the Kool-Aid. And so we have got to, and we've got a grand opportunity to do this. We've got to do it.
No, I agree. I think if we strike, the globalists have they really are going for broke. I think out of weakness.
Well, they've overplayed their hand, Alex. My brother, they've overplayed their hand. They pushed so far and so fast. And you watch, now they're going to start trying to moderate. Well, you can't moderate fascism. They're fascists. You can't moderate globalism. They're globalists. So our job is to intensify, to keep pushing our narrative, which is the truth. That's our job.
Keep landing on us, Brother Pinkney.
I have to tell you, and I'm going to say this again, I want to reiterate. I said it on another show. This show, we are not alone, all right? The media, the so-called mainstream media, I say so-called because they're not mainstream, they're lamestream. But in any event, the so-called mainstream media wants you and me and all of our brothers and sisters out there to think that we're by ourselves. We are far from by ourselves. We are united. We are strong. We are getting stronger every day. I want to emphasize that because you're not going to find that.
By the way, you're
on
not
CNN.
just saying that. This whole attack is because we're strong.
That's right. Why else would they attack, my brother? Because we are strong. So look at it from the standpoint of, over the target. That's why we're getting the flack. And that's why InfoWars got the flack and is still getting the flack. We're all over the target. Let's intensify. Let's keep on hitting them with truth bombs every single day. We'll plant the seed. If it grows, great. If it doesn't, we move on and plant some more seeds.
I agree with you, and I agree we should focus on our power when we come back, though, and just tell us now, gut level, though, people should be wary what to look out for. I think they're going to stage a mass racial shooting or a bombing of a federal building, and you can just smell it. I think a false flag's about to happen.
Right. Absolutely. We know that. You're absolutely correct. Let's talk about it.
All right, Larry Pinkney. Larry, you got great sites, great books. You never promote yourself. You deserve to be all over the place. We love you. Where do people find your material?
Well, you know, as you mentioned, I'm in the book called Saying No to Power, written by William M. Mandel, introduction by Howard Zinn. I'm also on reality_.1 on, not dot one, reality_1 on Twitter. I'm also at blackactivistwg.org, which stands for writersguild.org. But you're right, I don't promote myself. I want to promote my brothers and my sisters of all colors.
What G. Edward Griffin talked about, how they're funding black extremists and white extremists, that's come out since he said that in '69 in court, that these shadowy corporations are trying to create a race war. Well, obviously, they're enslaving us all. They want us to kill each other.
Of course. And the fact of the matter is, since you mentioned the original, and I'm glad you make that crystal clear. Yes, I'm a member, a veteran of the original Black Panther Party. All right. That's dating back to when it was founded in 1966. Not this jive time, half-stepping, so-called new Black Panther Party, which I have nothing to say about other than go away. All right. Now, the fact of the matter is, when it comes down to you know, organizations, if you can call them that, such as Black Lives Matter, BLM, why aren't they doing what historically we did? We were in the communities, all right? In the communities, and we were there with our brothers and sisters of all colors. We had health programs, medical programs, food programs, senior citizens programs, all right? It's an endless list. We had that. That's what we meant when we said, serve the people, body and soul. And in our breakfast programs, it didn't matter if you were white, brown, yellow, or red. If you needed food and you were in our community, then you got it, okay? And of course, as a Black person in the Black community, quote unquote, we were going to do everything that we possibly could to get you to understand that you can take care of yourself. You can sustain yourself and your own community. We didn't turn to no George Soros to get funding. We didn't turn to the federal government to get funding. We didn't turn to private enterprise to get funding. We did it ourselves. And if so-called Black Lives Matter really cared, which they do not, but if they really cared, then send them to Chicago, send them to Detroit, send them to Baltimore, Philadelphia, okay? These major cities, send them there and tell them you serve the people, body and soul. Serve them, you pieces, serve them, okay? Not all this crap. I'm sick and tired of seeing this insidious nonsense about Black Lives Matter. Indeed, all lives matter. How can Black lives matter if all lives don't matter, right? I mean, that's just common sense. Whatever happened to common sense? I'll tell you what happened to common sense. It's not common anymore, thanks to decades of brainwashing of these people who are now out in the streets, okay? And then we have these passive-aggressive, self-deprecating whites who think that they can somehow absolve themselves, which they really don't need to be absolved because there's enough blame to go around to everybody. I don't care what your color or gender is, all right? But these self-deprecating whites who want to bow down? What? Bring slavery back, only reverse it? No, I believe what Dr. King said. I believe Dr. King made it clear that it's about the content of one's character and not the color of the skin. Who are the real racists? Why, they are. Who are the real fascists? Why, they are. And we need to remember that, my brothers and sisters. I don't care what your color is. We don't have time for that. We've got to save each other, save our republic. And yes, I support President Donald J. Trump. You bet I do. Just like Frederick Douglass, the late, great Frederick Douglass, supported the Republican president, Abraham Lincoln. And I'm not pushing the Republican Party. I'm pushing principles here. Principles. And this is what we need to have. Principles with each other. And by the way, when we disagree, and there will be times that we will and should disagree, but do it in private. Don't do it openly so that these fascists and these real racists can take advantage of that and exploit it. Do it in private. But as Brother Malcolm said, come out as a united front. And this is what we have got to do constantly. These so-called liberals, so-called progressives, they're not progressive, they're regressive. I repeat, they are regressive. They are parasitic political pimps. Be proud of what you are. And I don't give a damn what your color is.
I totally agree with you. Larry, let me ask you this then. Why are they so upset from the top of the globalists, the Chi-Coms and the EU, to Hollywood, right down to their average meth head, weird white dude trying to strip a war? What do they think they're getting? Where does all this come from?
Well, I think some of it is coming from what I said before. They're trying to, I call it passive aggressive guilt. I don't want to be in the foxhole with somebody who's in the foxhole because they're doing it out of guilt. I want to be, if I have to be in the foxhole, let me be with a brother or sister who's doing this out of love for the Republic. Okay? What are they doing?
Exactly. Why? Doing this because you care, not because you're doing some weird guilt thing.
Right. Right. That's very dangerous. It's totally unacceptable. And I love my brothers and sisters, and I don't give a damn what
Larry, I'm not kissing your ass. What you just said is so deep. Doing something out of some fake guilt somebody puts on you versus what you know is right, it's two different things. That's completely right. Different. And that is powerful. Like doing it because you know it and you love it and you want it. Like, I don't want to die, but I'm ready to. Versus somebody lays guilt on me. I don't. But think about the types that do this out of guilt. They've got some other issues they're trying to work out and using black people as some weird thing they've got.
Any people they can find, and in this case, it's black people. And the globalists, take full advantage of that. They know this. They take full advantage of this.
That's some weird psychology. Explain that to me. How does that work? Because I mean, you seem to figure it out.
I've looked at it, and I must admit, I shake my head and go, oh, my God, have these people lost their minds? Are they actually getting on their knees, doing the very thing that we struggled against for hundreds of years, and now they're on their knees? No, that's not what I struggled for. That's not what we in the original parties struggled for. We struggled for equality, for
and
justice.
That threatens the big globalist New World Order, Chi-Com slave grid. So they become what they fear. They fear the West Renaissance of us trying to get ourselves right. So they become it and then turn it in against itself, make it a fool, destroy it, and then they're done with it.
That's right. But you know what, my brother? We're going to have our Renaissance. We are in our Renaissance right now. And it's going to grow and grow and grow, like that song by the Temptations. Like a snowball rolling down the hill, it keeps on growing.
So again, it's not lessening the fact that they're aborting the black babies and there is this agenda to, depopulate the third world. That's going on. And it's all covered by saying, well, if I see a noose, I'm going to call the police. Like I said today, what happened to this NASCAR driver who's about as black as I am? Because when I get a good tan going, look at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. He says he sees, it's a pull. And again, we don't even blame him. He was told by his corporate sponsors, he'll probably get a Nike sponsorship to divide us because Nike has slave camps. Well, how does Nike cover that up? Well, claim they love black lives. Larry Pinkney, this is sick.
It's sick, it's disgusting, it's insidious, and it's well planned. Sick, disgusting, insidious, and well planned. But we've got something that they don't have. We have truth, and we have each other, and we have determination. You know what? To slip off into some little ghetto-ese, they ain't seen nothing yet, my brother. They ain't seen nothing yet. They think we're silent. They think we're fools. They think they're going to keep on pimping and hoodwinking and bamboozling us. They are wrong. They are wrong. We have only just begun, and it's going to happen like a wildfire. You hear me? Like a wildfire. So all I have to say is, y'all just keep on doing it. Keep on overplaying your hand. Keep on saying that everything you see is racist. Nobody's saying that there's no racism at all. Of course there's racism. And by the way, it's on all sides. I might emphasize all sides. So what we need to do is, I keep saying this, hang tight to each other. Keep putting the information out there. Intensify. Stop feeling like you're all alone, because you're not all alone. You're strong, you're beautiful, and the most beautiful thing I have seen in the past few years, frankly, is the rise of patriotism and patriots for our great republic. I didn't say perfect. I said our great republic, and all power to the people. Black,
you're
white,
absolutely right,
brown,
Larry.
red,
And that's the thing is, the big mega corporations are literally, number-wise, killed more than Hitler. I mean, and Hitler's a bad guy. They're so damn evil, and they've got us all fighting with each other when they're clearly the enemy. And I don't mean that in the communist way. The corporations are communists. They're all tax exempt. I want to tax Google and Facebook and Twitter and Apple. And I want them out of China and not having slave camps. And I want China to be free. But to have Tim Cook literally on record with all these people in slave camps confirmed making Apple parts, and then he tells me I'm bad, this is so obvious.
Well, I mean, it's like the frying pan calling a pot black. I mean, you know, if you'll excuse that expression, brothers and sisters. But the bottom line is, we're talking hypocrisy here. We're talking hypocrisy here. And the reality is, that's why I keep saying, seize the narrative, turn it on them, seize the narrative, put it back on them, and be serious about it.
By the way, I'm sure you
serious.
saw the Charlottesville thing early this year in January. 50,000 people, a good 10, 15% were black. That totally nothing happened violent. The left even said 50,000 gun owners, all together. They said it was a white supremacist rally. It was a big love fest about rights. That scared the hell out of the establishment.
Of course it did, because then what do you have? We had unity. We had real unity between black, white, brown, red, yellow. They don't want to see that. They want to see the opposite of that while claiming that they want unity.
We're all allowed to have guns. When they saw every color of the rainbow with guns saying we're a Republican, we have freedoms, and we tell the man we're not your slave, that's what made the governor, blackface of Virginia, shit his pants.
That's right. And you know what? We need to do that nationwide, because we are one people. I repeat, we are one people. This is one republic, and any sour grapes that we have, we will deal with each other.
And that's the republic, out of many, one.
That's right.
And we're not going to let the Chi-Coms who enslave their own people manipulate us. They think we're weak, we're strong.
They think we're weak. Let them keep thinking that, but they got another thought coming. We are much stronger than they ever.
Well, I've known you 15 years. I've never seen you so positive. You can, just gut level and all your years of research. I mean, you can feel it, you can see it.
I can see it and I can feel it. And as you know, brother, I've been in the struggle for well over 50 years. And I've the only thing that's actually different now is that the media is playing this game of, oh, I'm on your side. The media's never been on the side of the people, especially now. Okay, they're pimping all of us, black, white, brown, red, and yellow. So I'm positive, because I think and can see that more of our people, and by our black, white, brown, red, and yellow citizens of this republic, are waking.
Larry, listen, I don't want to be over positive, but I took a week off, went to the coast, you know, the Gulf of Mexico. And I was in restaurants and everywhere. I mean, it was black, white, old, young, you name it, Hispanic, Asian, Chinese, getting photos with me. They were all like, COVID's a hoax. They want a race war. F them. We love you. We get it. I mean, I probably shook 100 black hands. There weren't a lot of black folks in the Texas coast. They were more awake than anybody else. I agree with you that they have really pushed it. I don't think the establishment knows how screwed up they are right now.
And we want to make sure that they don't know. Keep on keeping on, because they haven't seen, and I repeat, they have not seen, my brother, anything yet. We're tired of it. We are tired, as Fannie Lou Hamer said, we are tired of being tired. Enough is enough.
It is super obvious. So you're just in the general community. Are folks where you're at waking up as well?
Yes, to my great surprise and delight, I'm hearing people saying, oh my God, I was telling the sister, you know, about what Biden had to say about you're not black if you don't vote for me. And she went, what? Lost my vote? I said, well, that's the Democrats. Don't you know about Robert C. Byrd? Of course, she didn't know about Robert C. Byrd, but she learned. That's my job. That's our job. Get it out. You know, share with our brothers and sisters and learn from our brothers and sisters. None of us are perfect, but not one of us is as strong as there he is, Robert Byrd, KKK. Anyway, not
and they're so scared of us, like you just said. I probably talked to 500 people on the street the last few weeks. I mean, I've never been this aggressive, and people are ready. I just do it because I know, oh, you think you're going to censor me? I'm going to do this in person. You see, they can feel it too. I'm just boom, boom, boom.
That's right. And I'm proud of you. And you know what, brother? People are all over the world. This is not just a national thing. This is a global thing. We're all proud of you, InfoWars, and all patriots. All power to the people.
Larry, we're proud of you because we wouldn't be here without you. We're all the same thing. We're all unified under human love, red blood, and a future for our children. Larry Pinkney, we love you, and God bless you, my friend.
God bless you. All power to the people. Love you, brother.